All right, everybody, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to a Thursday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock. I don't know if y'all can hear it. It is Morning Scone, presented by Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Appreciate you for being here on the show every single morning when y'all are here. Shout out Stephen Miller, what's up, dude? Amy Crane, good morning. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the share button. Hopefully you all will do the same. Share. Sharing is caring. Naz Reid declares for the draft. LSU Baseball gets a win last night against South Alabama. Back-to-back shutout wins for the first time since the SEC tournament in 2017 for the Tigers. They shut out Kentucky and South Carolina in consecutive days. Chad Dupuy, Danny Brabham, good morning. Brady Smith, Matthew Rogelio, good morning. Joey Painich, what's up? Leroy Blanchard, Stephen Bro. With all his knowledge of the game and hitting, has Terrio ever shown interest in being LSU's hitting coach? After the last podcast, can help wonder how our hitters would be right now if he was. Good question, gets it often. So, a little context for you. Ryan, and this isn't anything that's like top secret information. We've talked about this on air before. He retired from baseball because he was starting to miss things with his kids, like Houston learning to ride a bike and stuff like that. So he had opportunities to keep playing. There was actually one day it was in traction. I think he'd been retired for a year, and he got a call from his agent about the Yankees. It was the year Jeter broke his ankle or whatever, and they needed infielders, and he was out. So, a big part of Terrio, a big part of why that wouldn't work now is his family. He's got 3 kids that are all in grade school, and if you're going to be a full-time coach, it's not just show up at the yard and practice swinging with the guys during practice every day, which I think he would absolutely do. I think the prospect of recruiting and staff meetings and road trips and all, I don't think that's appealing to him. So at least not now. At some point, I think that definitely could be the case when his kids get older, but I don't think that's the case right now. I know that's the case right now. They did a couple of years ago look into him becoming like an undergrad assistant type deal, like what Jared Foster is right now, essentially. The problem with that is you have to enroll in school. And Tim, he didn't want to do that. And I get it, man. It's he made his money in baseball, and he owns part of Traction and a lot of other. He's got a lot of different irons in the fire with businesses he owns, and he's just on that trajectory in life. And it doesn't really make sense to shut it down to start ground zero as a undergrad assistant at LSU for it's if he could just show up every day and work on hitting with the players, I think he would absolutely do that. I just don't think that that's structurally realistic. Let's see. Good question, though. Kirk Taylor, what's up? Blake Canfield, good morning. Jody Moscona, what's up? Hey, Dad. Craig Schilling, Brendan Kluka, James Tyrone, good morning. Y'all ever wake up on a given day? Maybe this is just in my profession. You ever wake up on a given day and get the feeling like something impactful is going to happen today? I think today's one of those days. It just feels like there's a lot percolating with, 1 month of Will's suspension coming up. Tony Benford in the stories about him and Texas A&M and Naz declaring yesterday. It just feels like today. It just feels like eventually when enough bricks start to pile on the wall, sort of stack on the wall, or a different analogy. when you remove enough blocks from the Jenga tower, eventually that thing's going to fall down, right? It feels like at this point where after a month we've removed a lot of blocks from this tower, I feel like something's going to happen today. Zoe fast. Okay. Zoe. Let's see if we can find a little Zoe for you, Drew. Let's see, bud. There you go. You want Zoe fast? There you go. All right, y'all. Okay, let's see. Zachary, Courtney, Brady, Beacom, Alvin Brown. Good morning, everybody. Thomas Chapman. So, Naz declares. Rami Kasem, sad to see Naz declare, but I wish him all the best. Y'all, I mean, I'll just be very, very forthright with this. I've said this a million times since that kid showed up. He was always going to be a one and done. It was a foregone conclusion for Naz, for everybody within the program. It was inevitable. He was never coming back, and the same with Tremont. I mean, I've said that enough times in direct but subtle ways about how Naz was declaring. This was never even a question. So, hi. Drew, come.
Catherine.
Kat, you are going to see Catherine today. Yes, you are. Like, Naz declaring Tremont is next. It's going to happen. They're not coming back. As I said all along, the ones you have to worry about, that actually have a decision to make, are Emmett and Javante. And that I don't have the answer to. They both may declare to go through the combine and the process and all that stuff and very likely return. But Naz and Tremont were always going. Let's see. Dawn, good morning. Steven, soggy Thursday. 26 out of 27 last innings were shut out by LSU pitchers. How about that, man? And to think a month ago, the knock on this team was they couldn't pitch, they walked everybody, they were overrated. And they're doing this now without Hill and Marceau contributing anything at all. It's something, man. I don't beat a dead horse, man, but in part, it's why you got to be patient in a baseball season. Like, things average out over 56 games, and there's going to be more adversity. It happens. It happens to every team. I mean, I hope they keep playing well, but like they'll lose a series somewhere along the way. It keeps leaves a scratch. Might be this weekend at home to Texas A&M. I hope not. I would love to see them win the series and go to Missouri because LSU could get some breathing room this weekend because or next weekend. If they can beat A&M, take 2 out of 3 from A&M, go on the road, they have a great chance to sweep Missouri. If you can take 2 out of 3 from A&M, go sweep Missouri, now you've built in a buffer where you could lose another series down the road. Let's say Florida comes in here, puts it all together in a weekend and beats you 2 out of 3. Well, you're still pacing for 20-10. So, I think this is a significant weekend to take. They're all significant, obviously. But you take 2 out of 3 this weekend and put you in a really good spot. Hey, Josh Long, good morning. Thank you for sharing. Sharing is caring. Thank you, Josh Long. Thank you to everybody who hits the share button and for everybody who likes the Brock page. What? What's that little cough there, bud? Hey, Ben Clark, good morning. Jacob Cormier, Bob Kubrick. You want to say hi to everybody? Do you want to say good morning? That's the mouse. Please don't hit that. Do you want to say good morning? Okay, you don't have to tell anybody good morning. Hey, come see. You want to give me a hug? Can Daddy have a hug this morning?
Elmo.
Get over here and give your father a hug.
Elmo.
Clap hands. I got you. I got my hands on you. What was the matter? Okay, fine. Get out of here. Scram, you rascal. Scram, you little rascal. Okay. Let's see. Paul Hollowell, good morning. Andrew Bayer, what's up? Angel Tompkins, good morning, Matt and Drew. My daughter Allison wishes you good morning too. Hi, Allison. Good morning. Thank you for saying good morning to us. Hope you have a great day. If you're going to school or whatever you're doing today, work really hard. Stephen Miller, thank you for sharing. Sharing is caring. Let's see. Thomas Chapman. Good morning from the land of the one and only Boo Bucket. You're in Lucha? In Lacha? How do you know about that? Let's see. Lenny Moss, good morning. Craig Schilling, you may win the distance award today. Chad, where's Chad watching? Let's see. Wake up and up his excellence. I'm the best there ever was. Little Ricky Bobby. Never a bad thing to start your morning with a little Ricky Bobby quote. Sam Dixon, good morning. Let's see. Stephen Miller, there has been some major changes with Will Wade, though. Kirk Taylor, Scone, I think there's some foreshadowing. You drop it right now. It seems like you know something. Kerry Hughes, what's up? Dusty Revere, good morning. Is he free, or did Tony see the writing on the wall and jetted to Texas A&M? I don't know that the two are necessarily related. I think if you're Benford and you have an opportunity to go to A&M, and he spent, he went to Texas Tech, he coached North Texas, he's got so many ties in Texas. If Benford has an opportunity to go coach with his friend at A&M, where they got just gobs of money and they're not really under the NCAA microscope, that makes a lot of sense. So I don't think Wade's situation and Benford's situation, I don't think it's necessarily if Wade comes back, Benford leaves. Because Benford is never really a realistic option for the full-time position. I'm not saying Will comes back, but today or anything, but it wouldn't surprise me if Benford took that job regardless, if he had an opportunity. It's just transient, right? I mean, coaches leave, especially assistants leave all the time, and I think Tony Benford wants to be a head coach again. He's going to go where he thinks he's got an opportunity to do that. So, let's see. Sam Dixon, Naz, we hardly knew you. Best of luck to the kid. Enjoyed watching his progression this season. He really did make great strides, and to average almost 14 and 8 in conference play this year in this league was awesome. And there were games where in the second half of the games he dominated. And he's a guy. I'll stay to this, man. I've seen him mocked as high as 25 to Portland, and he's going to go to the combine and he's going to be exceptional. And there are going to be front offices that talk to him that are wowed by him. He's a very thoughtful young guy. If you ever had a chance to talk to him, he's not someone I think you have to worry about, giving money to, and if he's going to keep working. I loved his attitude all season. When he was on the bench, he was always one of the biggest cheerleaders on the team. It's rare that you find a guy that's a one and done that's that engaged. I know we talked about earlier in the year, playing Tuesday night games in December against Grambling or whoever. He's diving on the floor for loose balls. I mean, you can never say he wasn't bought in as a one and done. I mean, he was bought in. Wanted the team to do great, and anyway, he'll do well. Shelby Kelly, Kenny Smith, Ronnie Dugas, good morning. Daniel Brumley, how do you think a $100,000 salary in the XFL would or could compete with the resources a top college football program can offer, strength, nutrition, etc.? I think you are overvaluing those resources. Because I'm not saying that's unimportant, but there is always going to be a fraction of any football roster, or at the college level, where the players either would take the money because their family needs the money, or would go that route to the XFL because they just don't want to be in school. If you have no idea what that's about, we talked about this yesterday on AFR. So Matt Hayes of the Sporting News, he used to be a Sporting News, with a Bleacher Report now, wrote a piece around Justin Ross, the receiver from Clemson, essentially, phrasing him as a potential guy that would do this. But the XFL, when they launch next year, they're not going the AAF route. AFR, is that Daddy's show? What are Daddy's show's letters?
Alpha.
AFR. That's right. High five.
Daddy car.
Daddy's car.
Mommy car.
Mommy has a car too. Very good.
I said
Hey, can you spell Moscona?
S N A.
N-A. Well, we got to get the C-O in there as well, but M-O-S-C-O-N-A. Very good. M-O-S-C-O-N-A. I was sitting on the couch last night, and he came up to me and went, M-O-S-C-O-N-A. I was like, did you just spell Moscona? Like, we don't work on that with him. I have no idea where he heard that, like how he learned that, but he's clearly picked up on that somewhere along the way. Anyway, so the XFL thing, essentially the XFL isn't going to go for NFL cast-offs. They're going to go try to appeal to graduating high school seniors and college players that maybe would rather get paid before they make the jump to the NFL. So they said they could, for premier prospects, they could pay as much as $200,000 a year. So like if you're, so the example I gave is Fournette. Like if you're Leonard Fournette, would you take $200,000 for a year for 3 years, make $600K, and then go into the NFL draft, or go play in the SEC for free? And there are some guys that will take the money, number one, and there are some guys that just hate being in school. I'll give you examples now. Michael Ford, people wondered why he left early. He was in a logjam of running backs at LSU. He never kind of became a bell cow. They didn't really have a bell cow until the following year when Jeremy Hill kind of became that in 2013. But Ford left, and people were like, why is Michael Ford leaving? Michael Ford hated school. Hated it. Just didn't want to be in school. And not everybody's meant to go to college. That's real. That's okay. People, it's like that. Like that's a scarlet letter if you don't go to college now. I mean, some people just don't want to go to college. Then that's okay. Anyway, so if that option was there for Michael Ford, hey, here's $200,000. You don't, or $100,000 or $50,000. Come play for 3 years, then try the NFL, and you don't have to ever worry about going to econ or bio 1001 or the history of art. I mean, he would have done it. You know what I mean? Kevin Minter was a guy who, I remember when Kevin declared, and Kevin interned with us at Guarantee. It was so funny, dude. He would sit in Kevin would come sit in the studio sometimes during the show, and it was just, I must have been the most boring guy in the world. Home Depot. I would, I'd look up, and Kevin would be in this chair in the studio just doing this. Just out. And so it's when Cade was producing shows a while back. So it's when Cade Wassing was producing the show. So now, me and Cade, to this day, every time anybody mentions Kevin Minter, we just automatically do this. We go. But my point is, when Kevin declared, he said, look, man, my mom has had to struggle her whole life. And, she's not going to struggle anymore. And so for that guy who was in that situation financially, would he have taken $100,000, as a 19-year-old to go play a couple of years in the XFL and then go to get drafted in the NFL? Maybe. Everybody's situation is different, but it's not different from Blaine Enlow. Blaine Enlow is a kid from Santa Ma, and he gets drafted by Twins, I think, and they offer him, what was it, $800,000, $900,000? Sure, he would have loved to have played at LSU, grew up right here, but when that kid's throwing upper 90s as a high school senior and goes to all these showcases, and then a team slides a check for $900,000 across the table to sign, he's in. Just it's not different. It's the same concept as baseball, as young guys taking money as opposed to playing in college. I mean, there are trade-offs, there's pros and cons, but everybody has a decision to make, and it seems like that's what the XFL is trying to do with football. Jordan Richardson, good morning. Justin Ray, is college basketball better or worse with the one-and-done system? I think you're obviously not going to have the star power, but I think you're more likely to get guys that are going to stay 2 or 3 or 4 years and get more continuity and develop more of a team concept as opposed to one-and-dones who are in and out. I mean, Zion was fantastic to watch this year. It was so much fun. I mean, there's no denying that. Anybody who watched him play this year, it was a pleasure, But at the same time, he's gone. It's fleeting. It's like same thing with Naz. And when you think of it this way, because the season starts in, they start practicing in October, season starts in November and December, and into January, you're watching college football, conference races and bowl games. You're barely paying attention through those months. It's not really until February, mid-January or so, that you really lock in. So basically you get 8 or 10 weeks of watching these guys, and then they're gone. Elmo. So I wish you could get star players to stay longer. I don't think that that's realistic. Anyway. What is storming out there? Gloomy day. Ominous. Almost like it's foreshadowing. Dusty Revere, very few strikeouts compared to normal. Great point, Dusty. LSU struck out only 3 times last night. Now, one of them was very significant. One of them was C.J. Willis with runners on first and second with 2 outs in a scoreless ball game in the bottom of the 6th, and he struck out on 4 pitches, which was super disappointing. Lefty hit him with some pretty wicked off-speed stuff, tailing away from him into the right-hander's batter's box, and he just missed. But yes, that was very encouraging. And the guy I was talking about yesterday is DiGiacomo, and DiGiacomo was 1 for 3 last night and did not strike out. So that was very good to see. Let's see, Andrew Baer, you think 3 games will actually get played this weekend with the weather? Typically they find a way to get those in. I haven't looked at the radar, but I heard it was kind of nasty. If they need to, they can play. My guess is A&M is busing. I could be wrong. But if A&M is busing and they don't need to catch a flight, then you don't have the Sunday time deadline. So theoretically, you could play 2 on Sunday if you needed to. I think Saturday night. I think Friday's gross, right? But Saturday night might be better. So maybe they get the game in Saturday night. But I hope they do, man. It's one of those things where, if they don't play games, you don't make them up. So you just end up playing 29 conference games in a year, and then that sets you back for tiebreakers. So you definitely want to get them in. Nicholas, good morning. Stephen Miller, good morning, little Drew. Psst. Momo, who says psst. That's tomorrow. Let me see, Momo. AJ Holland, 3 strikeouts last night. Improvement, no doubt. And South Alabama's a pretty good team, man. They're a good mid-major. Ben Giat, morning Scone. I've been MIA this week. Catch me up. You didn't miss anything, Ben. Jessica Sanchez. Hey, Jessica Sanchez. Good morning. Shout out to Jessica Sanchez and all the good people over at Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. They are tagged in this post. Please like the Brock page. That'd be huge. And if you got a little shoulder, elbow, knees. As a matter of fact, yesterday during my show, I got a email. Maybe it was a Facebook message. Anyway, from someone who was like, hey, man, it was 3:13. I looked at the timestamp. It just said the title was Brock. He's like, I'm here right now meeting with doctor about my knees. I was like, shout out. I'm sorry your knees suck. You know what it was? It was Everett. It was Everett email. I don't think he'd care that I say this. This guy watches all the time. He's like, I don't think he'd care that I say it. But he's like, I'm here. I'm like, sucks about your knees, man. Sorry about that. But thanks for going to Brock. That's funny. Let's see. Shelby Kelly, what's up, dude? Petey Kern, Angel. Thanks, Matt. You made my kid's day. Oh, that's cool. She's going to school today. Very good. Very good. Very good. Mark Landry, good morning. Why are y'all quoting the other guys now? That's the Will Ferrell movie, by the way, for those who don't know. Get it on play. Let's see. Thomas, work with Boo Bucket, party with Boo Bucket, life is tough. Gotcha. Adam Bolin, Justin Beard, Tyler McGee, Eric Hart, good morning. Why are y'all quoting Ferrell movies? It's like, is today his birthday or something? Or is this just something that's happening right now? Stephen Miller, after last night, there's 26 games played, 18 games started. Reedy has 489 on base percentage. His ability to take a walk, his willingness to take a walk is awesome for sure. But calling him Reedy is a little, come on, bro. Reedy, come on, bro. Just, guy's name's Chris Reed. Just call him Reed. Is that a baseball thing where you put a Y on the end of everybody's name? Is that a baseball thing? Reedy. Because everyone in baseball has to have a nickname. Anyway. I'm curious. I'm gonna ask some of my baseball friends today, guys that play. Like, is that a thing that every baseball guy does? Like, would Albert Pujols be Albie or Pooey? Hey, Pooey. Anyway, let's see. Jason Johnston, Mike Dwaron, Craig Savoy. Good morning. Brian Robert, C.J. Willis looking like the future at first. Long, lanky body. First, maybe in the outfield next year. Maybe behind the plate. He's got a lot of options, man. But he'll be in the lineup. You better believe that. Craig Savoy. Be safe out there, everyone. The weather is looking ominous. It is. It already is, man. It's raining. It's overcast. Nasty morning. Maybe some foreshadowing. Dusty Revere. Ed Alexander left because of money, I believe. His family doesn't have much. Part of it, but also his injuries. He battled some knee injuries, too. So it's one of those things like, do you really want to stay another year and battle more wear and tear, potentially more injuries that could limit further your opportunity at the next level? But that's the point. It's like everybody has different, criteria where they make their decisions. Mark Lacey, good morning. Mike Buckland, thank you for sharing, Mike. Sharing is caring. Irfan, Sayad, Gamorgan, Matt, and Drew. Angel, I would like to see either draft out of high school or 3 and out for all sports. Not a fan of the one and done. That's ideal. I think basketball was looking at 2 years, but I love the baseball rule. I wish they would all go to the baseball rule where it's 3 years unless if you hit 21 by a certain date. That's when you have like draft eligible sophomores, like Hess and Watson were draft eligible sophomores. Hi. Open. Drew come. Catherine. You're going to see Catherine today. And who else? Michael is Catherine. Catherine's one of the student therapists at Abilities, but he loves her. And Michael he does a therapy session with another little boy named Michael on Thursdays, and that's like his best little friend now. Michael. So, let's see. Brad Cochran, watching from St. Pete. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Brian Robert, what's the word about Cabrera? I didn't ask. So he, like I mentioned, he had some pain there for a few months now. Like I was told it goes back to December. And he just kind of battled through it, and swinging hurts more than anything. And he's gotten some treatment on it. And treatment means a lot of different things, So, the most recent treatment they did to it, he's just got to rest it and let it work. So that's why he's taking this week off. So hopefully by this weekend he's ready to go. Maybe if Friday gets rained out, that gives him another day still. But their intent, as I understand it, is for him to play this weekend. But I'll tell you, like he should I tell you all this or no? He got like a stem cell injection this week, so let that work. You just relax, rest, let it work for a week, and see how that goes. So, but that's not the first thing that they've done. Try to get him ready. So anyway, but I think he should give it a go this weekend. Rocco, what's up, man? Good to see you the other day, Rocco. Sorry I was in a hurry, man. But good to see you pop in there. I heard Jimmy and Charles were at your spot yesterday, man. That's Rocco's Po' Boys. Y'all go check them out in Drusilla. Let's see. Starting to win midweek games. Tigers will start making a big push this weekend. Hope so. Like we talked about a bit ago, it's a big opportunity this weekend. If you can beat because A&M leads the West by half game. If you can win the series against A&M, you overtake them. And then you go to Missouri, and you got a really good opportunity to sweep that series. If you do that, then you create some breathing room. Stephen Miller, South Alabama, actually leads the all-time record with LSU, now 25-17. It's a fun fact, but a fact nonetheless. They played a lot like in the 70s, before LSU was like competent in baseball, and South Alabama would win all those games. And then South Alabama won a couple of regional games at the box in the 90s. I wonder if Joey Payne is still watching. I wonder if he was part of any of those games. Joey was on the 96 team, but I don't think y'all played South Alabama was here in 97, as I recall. Beat LSU in 97, and then LSU had to come back and beat, I think, Long Beach State twice to advance to Omaha. That was the old like South 2 regional when you had 6 teams in the regional. Talk about crushing arms. Ugh. Steven, that's 100% a baseball thing. Reedy. Stephen Miller changes the name to everything. They're on to you, bro. Hey, Drewy. Are you going to play baseball? They're going to call you Drewy? Or Moscone? Or Scone? They'll call you Scone. That's what Mac Chiwilli calls me. Huh? Hey. Hey, where are you going today? Hey, where are you going to go today?
Michael.
You going to see Michael? Who else are you going to see today?
Catherine.
Catherine. Yep. Is Catherine your girlfriend? Nope. Okay. Sometimes Drew don't want to be asked too many questions. Okay. All right, bud. No block parties, okay? You can stand over there, but no block parties. Mike Honcho. We got a Mike Honcho reference. Angel. Bregman is Breggy. That's true. Breggy. That's true. What? I love you. 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 John Smoltz is known as Smoltzy. True. Hey, baseball people with your E's on the end. I love you. Awabasan. Awabasan. Mommy's car. Give me a 5. Roro's house. Roro's house. Roro's house. Fred's Market. Elmo.
Emma, happy birthday.
Elmo, happy birthday. Pete. Okay, Drew, we'll see you later. Let's see. That's true. Antoine Duplantis call him Twanny. That's true. Let's see. Ryan Broussard. Yeah, Stephen Bro, I am as well. Stephen Bro said, bum we don't get more years of Vandy Shidu puns. See me, by the way, it's S-H-I-T-U. See me Shitu. Or S-H-I-T-T-U.
Zoe fun.
Zoe Fast. Okay, Zoe Fast. Here we go. Elmo. I'm gonna watch a little Zoe Fast here for Drew. 8 in the a.m. Hopefully y'all are doing awesome so far. Good morning. Got your coffee, rocking and rolling. Oh, did you want Elmo or Zoe, Drew? Drew? Zoe fast. Okay, well, let me find a Zoe for you. Let me find a Zoe. Oh, here you go. Here's Zoe. Sorry, y'all. Here's Zoe. Got her. There's Zoe. He's into Zoe now on Sesame Street. Zoe's one of the little girl monsters on Sesame Street. Let's see. Hey, Tracy, good morning. Brian Ashcraft, good morning. At least we still have Apu. That's true. We don't no longer have Simi Shitu, but we do have Apu Aika. Ann Miller. I'm literally the only one with no nickname. Give it time. Hey, Lori Cobb. Look at that. We got like the Wives Club here today. You're much better to listen to than the talk radio here with Michael. Well, that's good. But he's not terrible on talk radio. I do enjoy it when we get him on the show. What? But Lori, I think the reason people actually watch Morning Scone is Drew. What? Because of things like that. They'll just pull the curtains and that happened. Hey, Drew. Where you going? Where you going, Drew? All right, see you later. Cookie jammies. All right. Let's see. Phil Junkins used to say all the time he played at USA. Charlie Cavell, what's up? What's up? Scone would definitely be a thing in baseball. That's what the Mac Chiuili and Brian Clark and all those guys call me attraction. Scone. They're the only people that call me Scone, but that's what they call me. Let's see, Joey Payne. There you go. Beat Long Beach once and South Alabama twice. There you go. That was 97, right? It had to be. Let's see. Dansby improving his MVP case. Shelby. So it's funny. So he's talking about Dansby Swanson. On the Riot podcast last week, Terrio and I went and picked our division winners, MVP, AL, NL winners, and then World Series winners. And Terrio picked Dansby Swanson to be the MVP, and I looked at him cross-eyed. And he's off to like a great start. So like the other day, Dansby hit a homer. And I guess Terrio saw it on the Braves Twitter account, saw the video of it. So he texted me the video of Dansby Swanson's homer. I'm like, is this going to be a thing all year? Like anytime this guy does anything? So when he has an 0 for 12 streak, can I like text you his 0 for 12 streak? Let's see. Stephen Walzak. Matt, can we add a whiskey review to Morning Scone for Whiskey Wednesdays, similar to Lee's beer reviews on Tuesdays AFRs? I like that idea, Stephen. You know what I might do, though? What I need to do, actually, is I need to resume doing my whiskey reviews on the YouTube channel. So I just need to carve out like maybe we'll call it Whiskey Wednesday, and every Wednesday I'll do a whiskey review. And so you can just expect that to drop. Maybe that's something I'll do. Lord knows I have enough of them here to do that. So maybe that's what I'll do. Starting on Wednesday, I'll do Whiskey Wednesdays or Whiskey Review Wednesdays or whatever. And I'll do that. Let's see. AJ. It's difficult with the situation of college to pay. Doggone it. To pay to play. People can have talent, be able to play at that level, but not know how to manage money or themselves. That Topher kid from Santa Ma is a prime example. That's on them. I mean, I'm with you, but if you go into a professional organization, you hope that organization has speakers or people set up to come explain them money management, which is not uncommon. Like most professional sports leagues have that when young people get drafted into their league. Matthew Rogelio, Duplantis is Twanny. Yes, like Twannie, like Antoine, but Twannie. Yes, he is. That's what they call him. Scott Belgard, good morning. Let's see. Oh, you're talking about, are you talking about Toe Nash from Santa Ma? Jason Truax, why is the ominous weather foreshadowing? Are you expecting some news today? Maybe, Jason. For those just joining, what I said earlier was, I just feel like this whole situation, I like this analogy. It's like a Jenga tower. And you keep pulling enough blocks from that Jenga tower, eventually it's going to get unstable and something big's got to fall, right? Where you going? Okay. Anyway, so like I said, we're coming up on a month since Will was suspended. Now you've got the Tony Benford news that he may be going to A&M. Naz declared. Tremont's about to declare. Just there's, just removing a lot of blocks from the Jenga tower. That's all. Eventually something's got to happen, right? There aren't enough blocks. Eventually you're going to move a block and it's going to fall. So that's all. Gary Trotman, good morning. Stephen Bro, just made the drive from Gonzales to Government Street to bring my son to therapy. It's terrible out there. I know, golly. Be safe, seriously. Tracy, that's absolutely one of the reasons, Drew. I know people watch for Drew. I know there's people that only watch this thing for Drew every day. By the way, hit the share button. Please like Brock. I slept funny, man. I got a little twinge in my neck, man. I always have neck issues. That's one of the first reasons I ever went to Brock. I went to go see Dr. Faraci over there. I had a, what did he term it? I had neck trauma, like a traumatic neck strain, something along those lines. Like it was I had muscular trauma, or it was something like that to my neck. Like it was bad. I was in a neck brace for a few weeks. Buy gas? Mwah. Did you blow a kiss to the gas station? He said that the other day. Went to go get gas. He said, we're leaving. He goes, buy gas. Mwah. I was like, okay. You're blowing a kiss to the gas station. That's a thing that happened to IRL. Mimi and Ward, Mabel, we're here for Drew. I get it. I get it. How does it work when Waters and Naz leave? Would now be the time the coach would be recruiting, or is next season already newcomers committed? So they've got 2 signees already, but those are for the spots vacated by Cavell, who's a senior, and Darrell Edwards, who's transferring. So now Naz is out, so they have an open spot. And I'm assuming Tremont obviously leaves, so they'll have 2 open spots. So that signing period starts April the 17th. So in 2 weeks is when that signing period starts. So it's like it's coming up. They've got to start making some decisions. Let's see. Dusty Revere, give us the ominous news. Let's see. AJ Holland, Tony's agent, dropped that story. No, I don't think so. I think, I just think Jeff Goodman's connected enough with coaches to where I'm sure he had the story, and Benford just didn't want the cat out of the bag when the advocate contacted him. Let's see. Shelby, all the headbanging you did in the 90s did you in? Wasn't that, man? I think it's compression on my spine and neck from foot. It was probably football, actually, is more likely it. Compression from, being a lineman, all the contact with your head. It's messed up my neck and my spine and my back. There ain't no doubt. That and running did it. Kip Kippers, what's up, man? Jamie Levine, I've been in and out on your shows over the last few weeks. How's the bracket battle with Mama Scone go? Jamie, it's over. Mama Scone was on the show on Monday. Neither of us picked any of the Final Four teams correctly, so it's over. And I was dreadful this year and still beat her. So Mama Scone, unfortunately, did not pull it out. I know, much to the chagrin of many of you, but yes, it is over. I'm dead last in the staff standings on ESPN, with all of our people, and I still beat Mama Scone. Anyway, All right, that's going to do it for us, y'all. A shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Awesome peeps. Appreciate them so much for sponsoring Morning Scone. Again, you got the aches and pains, shoulder, neck, hips, knees, back, spine, feet, ankles. They do it all, man. They have all the subspecialties. They've got PT. They've got OT. You can do everything in-house, MRI, X-ray. They're inside of the Surgical Specialty Center. So on Bluebonnet, you cross Perkins heading toward Highlands, right there on the right. You walk in Surgical Specialty, ground floor, they are right there. And they do everything in-house. So you can get fitted for your walking boot, your crutches, all that stuff you can do right there. Appreciate Brock. Y'all please like their page. It's a huge help. And shout them out. All right, it'll do it for us. Oh, let's go see Drew. Let's go tell Drew bye. I feel like we got to do that. Let's go find him. Drew? Drew, let's say bye. Got to find him. Oh! Drew. You're laying on your playmat? You're like surrounded by all your toys on your playmat.
Boo bucket.
Boo, did you say boo bucket? He said boo bucket. Hey, can you say bye to Morning Scone? Bye to Dad's show?
Bye, Dad.
Bye, Dad's show. Why are you laying on that blanket like a lazy bum?
Bye, Dad.
Bye, Dad's show. You gonna blow him a kiss?
No.
Well, it looks like you're eating a cow. You wanna blow him a kiss?
No.
Oh, that was sweet. Okay. Say bye. Do you want to spell Moscona one more time before we go?
M-O-S.
C-O-N-A. Very good. Yay, Drew. Yay for Drew. Like, why are you laying on this? He's got it. He's like Linus, so he's had that blanket since he was in the hospital. Okay, Drew, we'll see you later. All right, y'all have a good day. Later.